Hey ladies, I hope you guys had a great Monday and that everything went well. Shekinah, great job on your first day. First days, Shekinah and I had a little talk on the way home from the drop-off route, just talking about how, first days with these kids can be a tad bit rocky. And I told Shekinah about my first day and how two kids almost ran in the road at the school on my first day. And so, Shekinah, I just want to tell you that your first day went very, very well compared to mine. And I know that Allie and Sheila would both tell you that it just takes time. But I really feel like your first day went really, really well. Thank you all for all that you do. Our kids are I always say this, but they're really lucky to have you all. And I think that there's not that many people in the world who would put their time into children like we have. And I just am really appreciative of you guys. And I think that our kids are also appreciative of you guys. And just thank you. Thank you for being on our team. Thank you for doing a great job, doing your best. And I always say our team is dynamite because it is. It is dynamite. Okay, so what I want to do, Shekinah, usually our team meetings are about 40 minutes once a month. And on this one, what I want to do, I want to talk for about 30 minutes. And then I want you guys to use what would be the last 10 minutes and join me in a conversation via email and about the Fridays in February. So Shekinah, we normally plan our Fridays together, and just so that we're all on the same page, we're not all doing different stuff on Fridays. It's a themed day. And so we just try to do it together. That way it's more unified. It makes sense to the kids. And, Fridays are just a great time to do whatever we want to do with it. And so we try to make it really special for the kids. So so what we're going to do that via email. So like I said, at the beginning, I'm going to talk for about 30 minutes. And then at the end, I am going to ask you to join me in a conversation on email. Okay, so really what I'm doing first, I'm just doing some refreshers. So I know this is stuff that we've talked about before, but I'm just refreshing so that Sheila and Allie, it's just, it's still on your mind. And then Shekinah, this will probably be the first time that you're hearing some of these things. I'm trying to tell you as we've gone these last couple of days. And so I hope that everything's made sense. Usually we have a big team meeting before the semester even starts. And so we didn't get to do that this time. So I really hope you haven't felt left in the dark. I really hope not. If you have, I apologize, but I'm going to try and do some refreshers here. And I'm hoping everything will make sense to everybody. And if it doesn't, always feel free to contact me with any questions or concerns or comments, okay? All right, so I'm just going to go down the line here. So the first thing I want to tell you is I need to refresh your organizers. So last semester was slightly different than this semester, so the labels on your organizer need to be fixed because not everything is what it was. Not everything is correct to what this semester is. For instance, so today, Tuesday, is the health day. So last semester, we didn't do health on Tuesdays. We did it on Fridays. Therefore, the Tuesday fun activity is what we did in place of it last semester. And so that's what it says on your organizers. It needs to say Tuesday health. And so I need to clean those up and just make sure that everything is true to what we're doing this semester. So just hang tight with me. I'm trying to get that done before the week is over. Okay. Um, on the organizers. So Shekinah, what I had told my girls last semester, I am really a stickler on cleanliness. I'm not a big fan of clutter. I like for things to be really nice and clean, and I think it just helps us work better. To me, having clutter around me makes my mind cluttered. And so in our organizers, we try our best to clean them out on Fridays. So everybody, please clean out your organizers. Continue to clean out your organizers on Friday. So here's what that means. On Friday, when you come in, you'll have your Fridays, your Friday stuff in your organizers, and so you can keep those in there. But everything else, your health activity for the week, your structured learning activities for this week, clean them out, because next week everybody needs to put their lesson plans in your organizers. And if there's already stuff in there, it might be hard for you when you come in, whatever day it is next week, to find what you need for that day. It might be hard for you to find it if you still had stuff left over from this week, and the person that put the lesson plans in for the coming week, it might get mixed in together. And we just don't want that to be a problem when we're having program, because we want it to be as smooth as we possibly can make it. So everybody on Fridays, clean out your organizers. And if possible, before you leave on Fridays, clean out the Friday activities. But if you cannot do it and you're, let's see, who's my Friday person? Allie is my Friday drop-off person. Allie, if that's not going to work for you, that's fine. Just make sure to come in on Monday and pull your Friday activities out. Recycle it. Put everything back where it goes. If it's materials like yarn and stuff like that, like arts and crafts materials, just make sure everything goes back where it goes, and that your organizers are cleaned out. Okay? All right, so that's for Fridays. The learning. Okay, so yesterday we had a conversation together, so I'm just reminding everybody. Learning Lab is going to be switched over to the classrooms on Mondays, and that is to make it possible for the UT Gardens class to come in and set up in the Learning Lab. I'm so glad that Shekinah was willing to be flexible with me. Thank you, Shekinah, because I really started thinking about it, and I was thinking, with all that stuff they carry around, and it gets kind of messy for a gardening class, and so the best thing to do is to have it in the Learning Lab. Now, when it gets warmer outside, we can go back to Learning Lab in the Learning Lab so that they can be outside and the kids can have a gardening class outside. I think that's the best way to go, but right now we are in cold weather. So for right now, we'll say Learning Lab is in the classrooms on Mondays. Okay? All right. I want to say to Sheila, your artwork that you have hung up looks great in your classroom. We are starting a new semester. Shekinah, last semester we had really tried to make sure that we hung up art in our class just so that the kids could have something on the wall that they did. That was actually, I was telling the girls last semester that was actually part of my teacher evaluations when I used to be a teacher, is that artwork had to be on the walls. And that was a part of the whole, we want kids to be proud of themselves, and artwork is one big way that they can be proud of themselves. That's an accomplishment. They follow directions, and it's cute. Makes the room look real cute. So please continue to do that. All I'm asking, I try to give you a concrete way of making goals. And so for this one, I'm just going to say once a month. Once a month, have something that you put up in your classroom. It can stay up all month long. And then the next month, put something up there. We have artwork that we do all the time at Just Lead, especially on Thursdays, because on Thursdays, our enrichment part of the day is a craft. And so you can choose whatever you want. You could choose something from a Friday that we do. You can choose something from a Thursday. You can choose something from a structured learning time. In structured learning on Mondays and Thursdays, we do a craft for our structured learning. So you could choose one of those. It's up to you. Just try to put something up once a month. Sheila, I think yours is a little easier because you've already got the clothesline in your classroom, and all you have to do is stick it up there with the clothespin. So Allie and Shekinah, I want you to know that it's up there, and I am going to be talking to Ray, our facilities manager, and our children's ministry director, and see if I can put something in your classrooms to where all you got to do is hang them up, and that way you're not having to take time to put tape on them and stick them on the walls. Anything to cut down your time, I want to do. So just know that I'm trying to get that done also this week. And but for now, if you don't mind, just take the time to stick something up on the walls as best as you can with the tape that we have. We have a variety of tape, Shekinah, in our office. If you look in the cabinets on the bottom of that little cabinet shelf, we have a container that says heavy duty tape, and you are free to use that to put things up on your wall, and hopefully it will stick. So let's just try to get the art on the walls once a month. Okay. There's something else I was going to say about that. I don't know. Okay. The other thing I wanted you guys to know is that sanitizing the learning lab. So Shekinah, it is a huge blessing right now to all of us that we have a full team. I'm sure that you remember as well last semester, the last 3 months of our program, we had people out. And so I was in the classroom, and so there were things that we had to do that we don't normally have to do when everybody is in session, and then I can actually do my job outside of the classroom and be devoted to that. So one of the things that you guys can remember that you don't have to do anymore is sanitizing the learning lab in between sessions. So one of the things that we do is, Shekinah, is that we sanitize the learning lab in between sessions. And that's to make sure that, when a kid sits in a seat, that it is sanitized before the next kid comes in and sits in it for the next class. And so that is something you don't have to do anymore. You can just go on out, take your time, take the full time in the class to do your activity, and let me worry about sanitizing. And really, as long as I've got about 2 minutes to sanitize, it does not take long. So just remember that I can do that now, and you don't have to worry about it. Let me touch on sanitizing for a minute. So at the end of the semester, last semester, Emerald Youth really started chiming in on how we sanitize. I'm sorry. I know you hear my dog. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. Sorry I had to do that. My husband's still sleeping, and she was losing her mind of whatever's outside. So she's in here with me now. Anyways, let's see. Where are we at? Sanitizing. So Emerald Youth wanted us to make sure that we were sanitizing in a certain way. And I know that this is something hard to do, but if you can, at all possible, they want us to sanitize every 30 minutes. And here's all I need you to do. All I need you to do is to, actually, no, I don't want you to do that because, it really needs to be for me to do. Yeah. So what I'm going to do every 30 minutes is I'm going to be coming through your classrooms as best as I can do, because you know how program goes. Sometimes I am running around like crazy for 2 hours, and then there's times where it's like, oh, that was a light as a feather day. And so I'm going to do my best to make sure that I sanitize well. When we sanitizing doorknobs, your bathrooms, and your light switches. Those are the main things, and your sinks. Those are the main things that need to be sanitized. Now, in the gym, I will ask you to do this. The kids, when they take out their toys, they need to be sanitized before they go back in. So feel free to end your class, like for group 2, when I had them last week, we ended about 8 to 10 minutes early. And I had them bringing the balls up to me, and I would sanitize it before I put them in. All you have to do is just spray them, like, and then put them in. So anything that is touched needs to be sanitized before it goes back in. Now, here's an idea. While you're having class and they are playing, you could be getting a helper even to help you pick up the things that they're not using at the moment. If you see some balls laying around they're not using, go ahead and be picking those up while they're playing, and go ahead and sanitize them, put those in. And then at the end, you don't have as much to clean up. It's totally up to you how you do it, but I do need you to do that though. Okay. I think that's all on sanitizing. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, yeah. Also, remember hand sanitizer. The only time that I'm going to say they need to have hand sanitizer is before they have snack and after they leave the gym, because they've been touching all the toys. So give them hand sanitizer before they have snack and after they leave the gym. But other than that, you are free to use hand sanitizer as much as you want. So please feel free. We have tons of it in the office. We are low on the sanitizing solution, so I'm working on getting us some. And Matt is supposed to be picking us up some soon. I hope it will be in by Friday. And so I know that there are some bottles that are not sanitizing well right now. So I get the frustration on that. So just do the best that you can with it. Okay. Youth contacts. We got to hurry here. Youth contacts. So Shekinah, a youth contact is when we take kids out of program, aside from program time, to do something special. So on Thursday nights, what I do is I take kids to dinner. Now, right now with COVID, we're not going anywhere. We're going and getting it and bringing it back to the church after program time. All that I'm asking you guys to do, and it is in your evaluations each term, I think, is that you do a contact. I'm only asking you to do one per semester. Pick one. And I do try and do contacts on the days that they are out of school. I try to do like breakfast, something that we can do that would be kind of out of the ordinary of a typical day. And so this coming Monday, This coming Monday, we will be out for MLK Day. And so I'm going to try my best on that Monday to do like a breakfast with some kids. And so you're more than welcome to join me on that. But I'm just asking you to do one a semester. And I'm doing it on Thursday nights. So it's right after program. We go get the food. We bring it back. We're done by like 7:30. So feel free to go whenever you need to. But just try to pick one time throughout the semester to come with me on a youth contact. Okay? Lesson plans. So I'm just going to remind you guys that I do need to see your lesson plans. So the way that we do this, Shekinah, is that once a week, I just ask you guys to let me know what you're doing in your classrooms. That way, if anybody is to ask me, what are the kids doing in Learning Lab? What are the kids doing in creative enrichment? What are they doing? So that I know how to answer that question. And I can see if there's anything that you need that that is specific to your activities that you're planning that we don't have, that I need to go and buy. So if you can, I think that last semester it was confusing when we said do it on Wednesday. So this semester, just before the week starts, let me know what you're doing. Let me know your plans. If you want to, go ahead and send me your whole month of lesson plans if you want to do that. But all I need to know is send me an email, a Microsoft Word document, something like that, and just say, Monday, Lego building. Tuesday, Edmonton. Wednesday, Edmonton. And I'm not picking on you, Shekinah. I'm just using that for Learning Lab. That's on the top of my head right now. So that's all I need to see. So on Mondays, remember to have sent me your lesson plans for the week. And if you want to, go ahead and do the whole month. And then you don't have to worry about it the rest of the month. It's up to you. So just remember to send me your lesson plans. Just a little title of what you're doing. You don't have to tell me all in detail. I just need to have an idea of what you're doing. Okay, schedule mix up on Fridays. Okay, so I made a little boo-boo on our Friday schedule. So I try to make every day consistent with how it is in a regular day. So let's say, for instance, okay, Allie's class, from snack time, they go to gym. Then they go to Learning Lab. Then they come to do their enrichment piece in the classroom. And then it's structured learning time. So they basically go in a circle for their route for the day. And on Fridays, I've in the past made it the same. And so that way, on Fridays, she's going gym, in the Learning Lab for the activity in there, to the classroom for the activity in the classroom, and then it's time for the last activity of the day from 5 to 5:30. And I made a mistake this past Friday and had it switched. So everybody wasn't going in the same direction as they normally go. So I need some feedback on this. So I was talking to Sheila about it, and Sheila was saying she liked it because it gave the kids a little bit of a change. And so on Fridays, where her kids usually have to go snack to Learning Lab, back to the classroom, to gym, to back to the classroom, so they're kind of doing all over the place, they kind of liked it because on Friday they just kind of went in a circle, and so she thought it was kind of refreshing. If you guys like the change, then we'll do it like we did this past Friday, where Allie's activities in the Learning Lab, Sheila's activities in the classroom, and then mine is the last activity of the day. If you like that, we'll keep it that way. So do give me some feedback on what you'd rather do, or if you're like, it was just confusing, can we go back to the same consistent way that we do on Monday through Fridays? Well, actually now Learning Lab's going to be in the classroom on Monday, so that's going to be a little bit of a switch. So if you like change, then we'll try to go with it. If you guys don't like it and you're like, it's just too confusing, then we'll try to make it back to the consistent way. Okay? Just let me know. Needed items. If you guys need anything for your activities, please let me know and I can go and buy those. It's good if I can take the tax exempt form and get it tax exempt. I can't give you a tax exempt form. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. And so therefore, when you go, it still adds on the tax. So if I can go and do it like Sheila did, Sheila let me know all of the needed items for the month, this month ahead of time. And so, no, there might be sometimes where I'm like, hey, I saw that you had this on your list, but I think we don't have that, but we have this. Let's try and use that instead. There might be times that I do that, but try to let me know what things that you need so that I can go and buy it for you. But if you go buy it, remember to save the receipt and we will reimburse you. But do check with me first before you go and buy something, because if you're just buying stuff like crazy, then I'm probably going to get in trouble. So do check with me first, okay? Now, before we are finished here, I have something that I want us to focus on. Oh, by the way, let me retouch on bucket fillers. Okay, so Shekinah, last semester we started something where we were telling the kids to be bucket fillers. If you don't know the bucket filler concept, I'm going to attach it with the email about the February Fridays. So the bucket filler just basically means showing kindness to others, and it will make sense once you watch, if you get the time to watch the video about it that I attached to the email. But continue reminding the kids to be bucket fillers, not bucket dippers. Kindness, kindness, kindness is what we want. Okay, I want us to try and start doing something. I want us to try and start getting a collection of our lesson plans. I don't even know how we're going to do it right now, but I want it to be to where we're not constantly having to come up with something new. I want it to be to where every year we know that for such and such party, we're doing these activities. And that way we can just go pull them. They're ready to go. Where they're in a filing cabinet or something. That's on my mind right now. I'm trying to think of ways to make your job easier, but we can still have a successful and fantastic program. So just keep that on your mind, and as I come up with ideas, I'm going to let you know, but that's on my mind. And then on the same note, for Fridays, I also want us to start thinking, how can we make it simpler? Fridays are wonderful. We are doing a knockout job on Fridays because we're coming up with all these wonderful ideas. We're doing such great activities to go along with the theme. But I do think it's a lot of work right now, and you guys have never complained to me. This is just something that I'm forming my own opinion on. But I'm asking you to do a lot of digging and a lot of creating. And so I'm trying to think of a way that we can make Fridays simpler. Could we do it to where we had a theme twice a month, and then one day we know that once a month we're always doing this on Fridays? This is just an example. Arts and Crafts Day. However, we're not going to do that because we do arts and crafts all the time. So if we do an Arts and Crafts Friday, you know the kids are going to go, bah. But we love our arts and crafts, but if we do a whole day about it, you know that's what they're going to do. So just be thinking on what could we do to make Fridays maybe just a little bit more simpler. And then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in like the upcoming months. That is my goal as we go throughout the rest of the semester. We may not even come up with any ideas before May, and that's okay. I just am trying to figure out a way going forward to make things simpler on you guys and see what we can do. Okay. All right, just keep that in mind. Now, I've got about 3 minutes here, so I'm just going to give you an overview on what I'm thinking on February Fridays, and then I want you to chime in on the email. Okay, so the 12th. Well, we have the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. Those are the Fridays that we have in February. We will be in session unless there's inclement weather, and so we need to come up with something. So we have the Change Center, that's a skating rink, scheduled as our February field trip for the 12th, but it is temporary. They don't know if they're going to be open for us or not. That is going to be they tell us when it's about time to go. All right, so I don't know what to do with that if we're not going to the Change Center. So we're going to, want to do a Valentine's party on the 19th. I do want that to be what we do on the 19th. So really, we're just trying to think of 2 more ideas. So I've got Black History. I'd really like to do that, but last semester, it just kind of, I don't know if the kids really not bought into it, but it just, they didn't, a lot of them weren't paying attention to what we were doing, and but I think it would be great if we could come up with Black History Day. I think that's good for kids just to be aware of, and they learn it in school. So I don't know why, but anyways, just chime in on the email and give me some thoughts on Black History, if what you think about that. Okay, did you know there's a National Bubblegum Day? Of course, there's Groundhog Day, and there's a lot you can do with Groundhog Day. And then, I really like this one, Random Acts of Kindness Day. There's a National Random Act of Kindness Day on Friday, in February. So, chime in on the email, and let's see if we can kind of get our thoughts together by next week. So, I want you to watch the video I'm going to give you guys till Saturday to watch the video because I didn't have it ready on Monday. So instead of saying it's due on Friday. Let's say it's due on Saturday. So just do that for me. Watch the video by Saturday, and then let's try to have, by the end of the week next week, our ideas together on the Fridays. Okay, now, if you remember the last time we did this, I had you do something to show that you watched the video. So I am going to ask you this time to send me a text message after you watch the video, and I want you to say what your favorite restaurant is. Okay, so like when Allie watches the video, Allie will text me after she watches the video, and she will say, my favorite restaurant is, okay, let's see, what is my favorite restaurant? I'm gonna say, oh yeah, Chivo's downtown Knoxville. Upscale Mexican. You never been there? You need to go. It's wonderful, but it is expensive. So remember that. Anyways, send me your favorite restaurant after you watch the video to show that you watched the video, and chime in on the email by the end of next week. And just remember that I love you guys. I think our team is dynamite. Have a great rest of the week.